Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kenyetta and I am a tech baddie on my tech journey. I worked my way into breaking into tech after working in customer service for over 10 years. I started my journey on YouTube and did a course from a YouTuber that kind of helped shape and change my career path. So I've really wanted to take this opportunity to be that voice for maybe others that look like me or look like you that maybe need extra support to helping be that tech baddie. So if you haven't watched my videos in the past, I do have videos on getting started with things like Active Directory and OS Ticket, and it really helps you understand what a help desk professional is and what that role is about. And from the perspective of somebody who currently is a help desk professional, I find it very beneficial. So please go and check those videos out if you haven't already. But for today's video in mind, I want to understand commands better. I've gotten into the workspace. I'm comfortable as a help desk professional. I used to do bash scripting back in like 2021, but I was never consistent with it. So why not retrain the mind? And I thought I'd take you guys along with me in that journey so we can see together the progress that happens when you go the step above to applying what you learn from work, taking it and using those skills outside of work and helping challenge not only yourself but maybe somebody else out there as well. So today's video, we're just going to go through 15 bash commands. This is not 15, by the way, but 15 bash commands that you'll use every day. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. I will be posting at least once a week, but let's dive into the 15 bash commands. All right, so let's get started with the 15 basic everyday use commands in bash. Starting off with the first one, it's going to be pwd, which stands for print working directory. Take pwd as essentially like a GPS. If you're kind of lost while in the command line of where you're currently located, if you just enter pwd, it's going to showcase exactly where you are. Now, in this lab, I've created a virtual machine. My virtual machine's name is Bash Lab, and it's just a basic Ubuntu Linux machine. I SSH'd into it to get it operating, and now I'm currently using that machine through the command line. So right now, when I put pwd, it's essentially showing me that I'm in the bash lab user folder. The next command that we will be using is ls, which is list. This will list all of your files and folders that you're currently in directory-wise. So since I'm currently in the bash lab directory, if I click ls, I only have one folder in this directory, and it's called documents. So say for instance, you're thinking that maybe there are some extra hidden files within this directory. If you click ls-l, this will show you the hidden directories added in the in the directory that you're currently in. ls-la will show you the full list, including all hidden files. And as you see, there's like R's, W's, and dashes. This just shows you what files are written, what files are read and write, what files are read, write, and execute. The next command that I want us to go through is cd, which is to change directories. So currently I'm in the bash lab directory. If I want to change over to a different directory like documents, I'm going to have cd, and then I'm going to go documents, and move into that folder. And you know that you've moved into the folder because you see here that's highlighted in blue. That wasn't here before, to showcase you are now in the documents folder. Cool. So I'm just going to quickly list the files and folders that is in this documents directory. Currently, I have a folder called my folder and a file called notes.txt in my documents directory. So what I'm going to do, which is our next command, and that's going to be mkdir. Mkdir is going to make a new folder, or you can also make a new file. So what I'm going to do is mkdir my access folder. And now I have made this extra folder. If I have ls, which lists, it's going to showcase in blue that I have another folder in the documents directory. So just like with the notes.txt file, we're going to make another file by using the command touch. Touch will create a new file in the documents directory. So I have touch. Now I'm going to have touch. Let's just name it file.txt. Cool. Now when I list, it's going to showcase that I now have that file.txt file along with my access folder. And you notice that the access folders are highlighted in blue and the notes.txt are not. This kind of helps showcase the difference between a folder and a file. The next command that I want us to go through is rm, which is to remove a file. Now you can remove a file by just having rm. If you want to remove a whole directory like my documents directory, I would do rm-r to remove. But for right now, what we're going to do is just rm, and I'm going to remove my file.txt file. And to showcase that it did remove it, if I have ls, it's going to showcase that currently I don't have the file.txt in my documents folder, so it no longer exists. Next command that we're going to go through is cp, which is copy. If we're going to copy another folder, for instance, we could do cp and we'll copy my folder. Notes.txt, notes2.txt. Cool. So what I have to do is notate the first file that you're trying to copy and what you want that next copy file to be. Then when I click ls, it'll list that I had copied the notes from notes.txt and formulated another file called notes2.txt. So the next command that I want us to go through is mf, which stands for move. Same type of context with cp copy. I'm going to move notes.txt, this name to, let's do folder.txt. Now, when I list, instead of it saying notes, it should say folder.txt because I moved the name from notes to folder. And here you're going to see that it says folder.txt notes2.txt. The next command that we're going to go through is cat, which is going to print what was in a file. So if I go cat, there's unfortunately nothing in these files right now, but if I go cat notes2.txt, it would display what was in that file, but I don't have anything in that file. Cat will display contents of a file. If there are no contents in that file, it won't display. So when I put cat notes2.txt, it's not going to display anything because I currently don't have anything in that file. But if there were things in that file, it would display what would be in notes2.txt. The next command that I want us to go through is echo. Echo will print to the terminal. Essentially, it's going to print out messages or variables. So if I go echo hello world, it's going to echo it back to me saying hello world, which is pretty fun. The command that I want us to talk about is grep. Grep is going to search inside of files. It is essentially going to find specific text within that file. So say for instance, we go grep and we're going to go hello in folder, because I changed it, folder.txt. It's going to try to search to see if there's anything in that folder with hello. Since there are no contents with that specific term, it's not going to find it. But if it did, it would display, oh, we found hello in folder.txt located here. The next command that I want us to go through is history. So if you kind of want to know what your history is, it'll show you all of the things that you have done recently in the command line. So it's showing that we used all of these commands in the command line so far, which is pretty cool. The next command that I want us to talk about is man. If you're having a hard time with understanding a command, man can help you understand it better. So, say for instance, we didn't understand list, we would say man list, enter, and then it's going to explain everything there is to know about list. ls, list directory contents. Description, list information about the file. Short entries alphabetically. So even if you don't remember everything that you've learned today in this YouTube content, you yourself can go into the command line and do man with all of the commands that's talked about today, and the command will give you access to it. It's also going to show you what you can do with the command. So if you do ls-I, it's going to print the index number of each file. If you did ls-I, it's going to not list implied entries matching shell pattern. So this is really cool command to understanding the command that you're trying to prompt. Say for instance, how I was struggling with cp copy, I could have had man cp give me the definition and the list. There was also cp-help. That one was a more basic format of helping me figure out what I'm trying to say essentially, because I was saying CP-R and that wasn't a defined term, so that's why I was yelping at me being like, do you need help, essentially. So that's pretty cool. The next command that we're going to go through is find. Find is going to help you locate files or directories by name. So if I go find find my notes. Find name that correlates to .txt. Let's see if that works. Find name .txt. Maybe I'm supposed to add an asterisk. I don't think that's supposed to be it. It's definitely gonna yell at me. Okay, cool. So what I forgot to add is an asterisk. That asterisk will then note anything that starts with a txt to find that name. And I found notes2.txt and a folder.txt, which is pretty cool. Last command that we're going to talk about is change file permissions with chmod. This is going to make your scripts executable or secure files. So when I enter that in and put a plus x script search. Right. So maybe let me make it really quickly. mkdir script.sh. Now let's go and do it again. Awesome. Now it's made my script folder executable. And those are the 15 everyday commands. Again, this is a lot of information, so I really advise using that man command if you so happen to be practicing in the terminal line and wanting more information than what you were given. Please take use of that command and really practice these commands. I have shown in the past on how to make a virtual machine so that you don't break any integrity on your personal device. I find it really beneficial, so definitely take advantage of doing that. But come check back in again as we go through being that tech baddie in the tech world. We got through the 15 basic commands. Now we're going to apply it in a script and then go through just the past and different ways of how to do bash scripting. Cool. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you again soon.